Okay, it's been a little bit since we played Trails of Cold Steel. This game is one of the most mechanically interesting turn-based RPGs I've ever played. It combines a lot of ideas from a lot of really good JRPGs that I've played before. So far, I don't care so much for the story, but I think that's just a personal preference thing. Not a big fan of anime, not a big fan of Japanese high school kids, not a big fan of mercenary schools, not a big fan of Persona. But the mechanics are really, really, really tight, and I like the art style of the game, the approach of the game, so I'm excited to see more of it. I do like the ensemble cast approach. The whole in media res opening was pretty sweet too.
All right.
Walk right past the camera.
Time to get going.
Reen.
People are already pretty
Morning,
pissed
Elliot.
on YouTube. This video's got a decent number of dislikes.
Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about we walk there together?
Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the pace a little.
No problem. I'm guessing everyone else left already, huh?
I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. Gaius
Sensing?
in particular is probably long gone by now, being the early riser he is.
I did like Gaius.
Oh, okay then. He's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly?
Okay, I'm glad they called attention to it. Oh, Ron Weasley.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Who knows? Probably for complaining about
Are you two on your
anime.
way to school?
Yeah.
Speculating
Come on, Emma.
about the
We're going to be
story.
late.
And probably being
wait for
wrong
me,
about
Lisa. We'll see you in class.
it. YouTube's fickle. My all-time favorite YouTube comment, I think, was the guy that told me to kill myself because I didn't talk to the hamburger man in Undertale.
I never would have
Kinda
guessed you'd hold
set a
grudge
standard
this
for me.
long. She knows it was just an accident, right? She has to. Can't believe she'd be so sensitive.
No kidding. She's not even giving me a chance to apologize to her.
So far, this game hasn't had any reference or
Well,
callback
as
to
long
any
as you keep
previous
trying,
games.
I'm sure she'll understand. Eventually. Class 7's got enough tension as it is, what with our two, prideful warriors at each other's throats. So I think it would be a load off everyone's mind if you and Elisa could make up at least.
I'll certainly do what I can, whatever that may be.
We're never gonna make up. Don't worry. She's gonna hate me until the end of this game. We're not gonna grow to love each other or anything. The
These past 2
quality
weeks have
of the
really flown
forum
by,
or
haven't
comment system on a given online service is inversely proportional to the quality of that online service.
they? It's funny. I went into this thinking combat practice would be the
Aki and I
toughest part
joke
of the
a lot.
curriculum.
Game Epic uses really, really great, very wonderful service. Totally free. Forums are
Never would've
trash.
guessed the academic side of
IMDb,
things
great
might give it a
service.
run for its
Forums are
money.
trash. YouTube, incredible
Well,
that they can
strong
offer
in
this for
body
free.
and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture.
Largely
I
trash.
do get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I've had to very quickly reevaluate that.
You too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem to be having any problems at all. But then Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything Machias wasn't far behind.
I'm sure. Eustace and Elisa are apparently doing really well, too.
Trails 1 to 3. Zero no Kaseki.
As are Laura and
Oh, there's
Gaius.
2 games between Trails in the Sky 1 to 3 and this one?
Really? Guess
Huh.
I'm just gonna have to suck it up then.
Are they loosely connected, or are they like direct sequels to one another?
Mind.
Huh? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, sorry. You got me thinking about Eustace and Laura. I've been talking to them the same way I talk to everybody else, but they're both nobles, right? And Eustace's family rules over the whole eastern side of the Empire, so it kind of feels like I should address them more formally.
Well, they both said it was okay, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Though you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Eustace every chance you get, like a certain someone else.
Oh, I don't plan on it. I'd hoped they'd get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling downhill fast on that end. When the two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant tension in the air.
I love
It's
the
not all
flashback to
either.
thing that just happened.
Eustace seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity. I can't even imagine what it would take to make them see eye to eye at this point.
Yeah, I wish there was something we could do to help them get along.
Really, I've definitely seen an anime that would flash back to something that happened in the same episode, like minutes ago.
And that's where we'd be if we weren't in Class 7.
Got a fan translation. Why haven't they been released here? It's interesting they would skip
like
2
us.
and then localize it again.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? I'm still kind of shocked that Class 7 gets to have its own dormitory.
Yes,
Though, to be fair, I think that building was abandoned till this year.
because you have
Seems
an
like they
easier
renovated
time
it just for us.
localizing something that's on PC. This localization seems
Well,
pretty
they
good
did
so
a good
far.
job. It's got a nice feel to it.
I'm impressed there's 3 of these titles out, and this one's 74 hours long and came out in 2015, or it was localized in the US in
Just wish it were a
2015.
little closer to the academy.
Hey, you're in our way. Step aside at once.
At once. It's the nobles. That walking animation.
Class 7, I see.
Is something the matter?
You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies, aren't you? Come on, we're leaving.
Yes, Patrick! A word of advice. You might be part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are. Never forget your place.
Okay. So they're
So
the
they're from one of the
pure
upper
blood
classes.
Slytherin.
This is why I hate talking to them.
Unfortunately, that attitude is all too common among the nobles. Thank goodness Laura and Eustace aren't like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. That's the infamous dormitory number 1, where all the nobility lives. It's supposed to be super fancy inside, with maids and butlers and everything.
Wow, really? Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join yet? Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people.
Just- Ron Weasley's chest is moving, but his head is completely still.
No, I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one.
I guess those Rians, okay. Also, 3 is 100 to 120 hours, cut in half to make 3 and 4. Wow. That's crazy. And this must be a very popular series in Japan in order to have received so many long sequels, right? Couldn't have afforded to have made them otherwise.
Stand, bow,
Is the same devs that made Ys? The same devs that localized
be
Ys.
seated.
I wonder how they kept costs down.
As
I
I'm
think about
sure
any
you're
game
all
that's
well
longer than
aware,
like 10 hours, the
the
costs
Erebonian
have to
Empire
balloon.
was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 250 years ago. This was brought about by the conflict we know
Spiral
as the
glasses.
War of the Lions.
Not the Final Fantasy
A civil
Tactics.
war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors. But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I think even young children would be able to pass this course.
I really like the 3D anime, like Tales of Symphonia thing.
Rather,
Ever
I'd
since it
like to
started, a lot of
discuss
these
the
games
effects
look really
this
good.
had on the empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war.
Translates to 3D really
Many
well.
hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low.
Yeah, but you have to have like a finite amount of funding, right, to make your game. Like if you make a game that's 80 hours long that's almost fully voice acted, that's going to cost more money than a game that's 10 hours long. Where do you get that money from if the game's not insanely popular?
Then, lo and behold, into this nightmare
Unless if they're like
man,
Nintendo and
a
have
man
unlimited
willing
capital.
to take a stand against this bloody war of succession. He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the empire, and would go on to make quite a name for himself. And that name, of course, was Dreikel's Rice Arnor.
Oh, that's a
He would
name.
later become known as Dreikel's the Lionheart, the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia, and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Dreikel's army was initially rather small in number. But as he traveled across the empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Dreikel's first began gathering his army was...
That guy's name really rolls off the tongue, I know, right?
Green Schwarzer, would you care to tell the class?
Dude, I don't know. Thanks. You seemed hesitant. Was that question too difficult? A lot of people have heard of it. Academic points. By making good decisions, acting appropriately, and completing quests, you will gain AP. If you accumulated enough AP, your rank will increase. 15 ranks. Okay, so it's like seed, basically. Oh, but you get perks rather than just cash. AP bonuses will only be given if correct answers are given from the start. Thanks. Could I have known that answer, or was
Nice
that just to
work, everyone.
demonstrate that maybe I
You
should
made it
start
through
finding a
another
place to
grueling
study
day of
later?
classes. In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow is your first free day. It's not technically a day off, but there are no classes, so it's up to you what to do with your time.
The localization voice direction in this game is incredibly impressive.
Why, you could go shopping in the
74 hours.
capital if you wanted to. Or just do what I do and sleep all day. Sleep is so wonderful.
Will the Academy's facilities still be open for our use?
Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library myself.
Of course! This school shuts down for no one. So feel free to patronize any and all facilities as you like. A lot of clubs have meets scheduled for these free days as well, so anyone who's joined one should probably check on that.
I see.
I'll be certain to do so.
Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening next week. On Wednesday, you all have your practical exam.
A practical exam?
What does that entail exactly? It's part of your combat training. You'll be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle by then. Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time too, just to keep from getting rusty.
Interesting.
I definitely don't like the sound of that.
Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement about a major part of Class 7's curriculum that I haven't mentioned at all yet.
What?
Here it comes.
So, whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count for something. That concludes today's homeroom. Machias, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow.
Soundtrack in this game is pretty sweet. joined a club already. I wonder how... I'm starting to, like, understand the Japanese take on what high school is like. After 2 Persona games and now this one. There's an American version of that, too, in most Western media. And it was not representative at all of what real high school was like for me, at least, or my sister, or most of my friends. So I wonder if this is actually pretty accurate, or it's also kind of a caricature. Like, the John Hughes high school experience is not real, as far as I can tell. Something absolutely essential to your school life. Why would I? I think I need to change anything. First year classroom, or class 5, class 4. Yes, what a shock. That's a chick's name. Yes, but Robonia sounds like something someone just made up on the spot. Margarita. I am. She seems far kinder than I expected a military academy instructor to be. What's your experience with military academy instructors so far, Reen? Got the lady with an inexplicable belt below her boobs. Got... who's the other guy at the opening? Go. Bully for them. Guys is so laid back. Shirt's not even tucked in. Guys is hard to approach. Are there a lot of pickups scattered across the game? Like, should I be mashing the confirm button near shelves and that sort of thing, or it'll be obvious if there's a pickup, like a treasure chest or something? Not the other way. Okay, thanks. Good to know. Different games have different approaches to that. Blue Dragon's probably the biggest offender of there just being a shitload of pickups all over the place. Always spots, okay. Tainted Imager instructors provided you. Well, running is my default. I could do this for the whole game, but that's not happening. This is a PC. Everyone wears the uniform differently, so they stand out. Unless if they're an NPC. I sure did. Let me be your guide through the hectic history of the Middle Ages. I have 5 or so hours to spare. Cursory primer. It's possible to save this game whenever I like, right? Outside of combat and cutscenes, I think? Hey, hold on, I'm having trouble getting back to my main pause menu. I don't know why. It was just start. Oh wait, never mind. Found it. Long search is over. I don't mind having cool art objects in the world to interact with, but I feel like there should be some kind of shiny or like the FF9 exclamation point over the head pop up. So I'm glad it sounds like this game does that. Yo. Okay. And I fought a dragon for you guys. Pretty good icebreaker. Hi, Vincent, the noble escort Florald. Okay. Yeah, that's the question I was asking. They said that it does makes them shiny. I was praising it for that. I don't feel like I have to run around mashing the A button everywhere. Oh, the janitor's closet is huge. I'll show this to Kat. Run up the stairs real quick. So go check out the courtyard. That's where I started. I think there's a staircase going up that I can take. Rooftop. Not a 3rd floor. She's too cool for school. Too much work. What, there's not a 3rd floor? Because I'm on the 2nd floor and I went up the stairs and it took me to the roof. Let's go back to the same courtyard as the other door. Here we go. East of the main building. Ornithor isn't just the main building and all its classrooms, many other facilities located on campus. Auditorium used for events. So lacrosse club. So I need to figure out like what the exact technology level is of this setting. It's clearly not all the way sci-fi, but there are like computer labs and relax and unite. Here you'll see event markers displayed on characters and places. Key events are required to advance the story. Side quests are green. Got it. There's another way to get in here. Okay. Go. Fencing and swimming. She raises a good point. To talk to some people that did ROTC and see like this is a realistic picture of a military academy. I'm sure it's not. Guy's got away with words, Well, I know Casper doesn't matter because he has a green coat. And so is ROTC. It's a real thing. Become a commissioned officer. I don't think there's actually any quests or activities in these zones, just from meeting NPCs. Class 1, huh? Do you really think the feeling is mutual? Basically, anybody that has a white jacket on, I can assume is going to be an asshole. She seems fine. FF8 Mercenary Academy is very similar. Teen Mercenary Academy. Oh, like the level of tech? Sure. Alright, let's go to the Union. Buildings, where I came from. Setting info in the library. I like discovering that in games. To do a pretty good job. Games and movies of like easing you into that. Oh, that's helpful. Thanks, Darkstar. Speeds up everything.
It should be the student union building. I know the cafeteria is on the first floor, but I wonder where the student council room is.
Hey there, first year.
What's up? When you look different enough despite having a green jacket that you might
How's it
matter.
going? Academy life been treating you well this past half month?
Oh, yeah, it has. Guess he must be a second year. It's not easy, but I'm managing. Mostly. Though I have a feeling it's only going to get harder from here on out.
Of course it will. Your class is going to be more intense than the others too. But you just hang in there, okay?
Okay.
Cars are recent.
Wait, you're a second year student, aren't you? Do you mind if I ask your name?
Hey now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First things first, how about you let me show you this cool trick I've been practicing?
Trick?
Okay.
You got a 50 mirror coin I can borrow?
I think so. Pretty sure I do anyway.
Cheers. All right, watch closely.
Huh?
Now, which hand is the coin in? Left or right?
It's in your...
I don't think I can. No.
Too bad.
Guess you win. I'm usually pretty good at following moving objects, too.
Show me the other hand.
Wait, you said this was a trick, which means...
You catch on quick.
Huh?
Keep up the good work, man. You're gonna need to be pretty tough to get through a year with Sarah as your instructor. Oh, and the student council room is on the second floor, furthest room back. See you around.
Thanks, man.
Have a good weekend.
Wait, my 50...
Let's make this interesting. Everyone kick in $5. There, wasn't that interesting?
I didn't know I was heading to the student council room, too. Somehow. Nice good. I haven't met many of the second years yet. I wonder if they're all like that. Oh well. At least now I know where I'm going. Though if it really
It's a
is
four-year
up the way,
school, I
guess
assume.
there's no real rush. I might as well see what else people are up to in here.
The game keeps reminding me, it's okay to explore. You don't have to go do the task that was given to you. It's fine. Oh, it's only 2 years? Okay. Juice, tomato sandwich. Oh, there's a guy that still shows in my party. Oh, the tomato sandwich is all of my money. Can't sell you anything yet, that's fair. Still in exploration mode after all. Second floor, in the back. Student council room.
Hello? Please come in. It's open.
I recognize that voice. Pardon the interruption.
Hey.
Oh, you're that girl.
It's been about 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Since the flash forward,
Welcome to the
yes.
student council room, Reen Schwarzer. Instructor Sarah sent you, right?
Yes. So, you're a member of the student council then?
I am the
I wonder
president.
if she got moved up a few years. She looks even younger than Fee.
Is something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering, are you a second year student?
I am, but there's no need for formalities with me. There's no junior or senior in my book.
Met her at the very beginning of the
Tell
game,
Herschel.
well, after the in media res.
I'm the student council president.
President?
Oh my god. Oh my god! Although
Does that
actually it was
surprise
sort
you?
of obvious.
I'm sure I'll have plenty of opportunities to interact with you and the other first years during your time here. So if there's anything you need help with, you just come and let me know, okay? I'll do everything in my power to make...
Thank you. That's very kind. She's seriously the student council president? That's hard to believe.
Should watch an anime, Reen.
So, the reason I've come here is because you're holding on to something for Class 7, right?
Oh, of course. Here you go. Yours is the one on top.
Let's see. Oh,
9
our
student notebooks.
I completely forgot about these.
I'm really sorry it's taken so long. Class 7's curriculum is pretty different from any of the other classes.
I do like the call-out art. There's quite a bit of that in East Origin
And
as
they're
well.
even using a different kind of battle
They didn't need to do
ornament,
it.
so yours had to be compiled separately.
Meaning these notebooks have information in them about...
Shadowheart says that too. A bunch of, like, unnecessary but cool polish item art.
The Arcus, yes. All the student notebooks double as instruction manuals for their accompanying battle orbments. And the other first years are all using the same type as last year, so we could just reuse last year's template. But the Arcus type you're using works quite differently, so we had to write a whole new set of directions from scratch.
Okay, that makes sense. But wait, who's we?
Pretty much just me. Instructor Sarah asked me to do it on her behalf.
He's an
Which
overachiever,
means
too.
it's my fault this has taken so long. I'm really sorry.
Uh-huh.
No. If anything, it sounds like we owe you a huge debt of gratitude for putting so much time and effort into it. Is that really part of the student council's job, though? It seems more like something our instructor should be handling herself.
Technically, you're right. But she's always so busy. And I help out the other instructors a lot, too. So I don't mind lending her a hand from time to time.
What a nice person. Maybe a little too nice for her own good. I doubt she ever gets a moment's rest around here. So you just need me to give these to the other students in Class 7, right?
Yes, please. I really appreciate what you've all agreed to do, too.
Huh? What do you mean?
I heard all about it from Instructor Sarah. She said you've agreed to help out the student council with our work, right? It's such a nice gesture. You're really getting Class 7 off to a great start here at the Academy.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Didn't you tell her that you wanted to help ease our workload? Something about wanting to better yourselves? To prove you were worthy of being a part of this prestigious new class? She said you were all really eager to help out, so I should try to delegate some of my duties to you.
Thank you, my dear. I leave everything in your capable hands. Mwah.
Mwah, indeed.
I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand her or something?
The heart symbol, indeed.
Oh, how embarrassing. I didn't mean to start trying to force work onto you when you've only just enrolled.
There's no way I can turn her down. No. Instructor Sarah's absolutely right. Your plate is as full as I've seen, so if I can help you in any way, please let me.
Phew. I thought there had been a terrible misunderstanding there for a moment.
Oh no, don't worry.
But don't worry, I won't give you anything too difficult. It'll mostly just be fulfilling requests from people in the Academy and in Trista.
Requests?
Yep, sometimes people send in feedback and list things they'd like us to do for them, and we try to help out however we can.
How does that convert to a yay?
I'll pick some up for you to do by the end of the day, and drop the list
Oh,
in your
quests.
mailbox at your dorm
Okay.
tomorrow morning.
Got it.
Will that be okay
Optional
with
side quest.
Sure thing. Thanks.
You're gonna see how some games bend over backwards to fit
Dusk
their
already?
gameplay abstractions into the story. Other games are like, I just fuck it.
Day.
And go do a quest.
Can't believe she wound up treating me to dinner in the cafeteria. And she's still got more student council work to do yet. How is she so busy? Hello? This is Reen Schwarzer speaking.
He has a Polly Pocket for his cell phone.
Guten Tag, my favorite little Wunderkind. I hear you had a nice little dinner date with the student council president. Ooh la la.
If this is how you treat your favorite little Wunderkind, I dread to think how you treat people you don't like. Would you care to explain why you've been signing me up for things behind my back?
I'll skip the details for now, but it's got something to do with the other part of your curriculum that I'll be announcing next week. I thought it'd be a good chance for one of you to do a little rehearsal before the main event. And since the student council truly is busy, I figured, why not kill two birds with one stone? A fine plan, if I do say so myself.
I have a feeling half the reason they're as busy as they are is because of certain instructors. But all right, I'm happy to play along. Basically, you just want me to spend my free day tomorrow helping the student council, right?
Oh, that's entirely up to you. If there's a club you're interested in joining, far be it from me to force you away from it.
No, to be honest, I still haven't found one that really clicks with me, so that won't be a problem. There is one question I'd like to ask, though. Why me, exactly?
You're the protagonist.
This seems like the kind of task typically entrusted to the class president or vice president. So, Emma or Machias.
I think I like this better than something like Persona because it's not a silent protagonist.
And even if you were choosing based on social class, Eustace and Laura were both born into noble families. I wasn't.
I like silent protagonists in a lot of games, but like super dialogue story heavy ones, they start to grate after a while, I think.
So what makes me so special, exactly?
Well, in a sense, you're effectively at the center of Class 7.
Pardon?
I'm not saying you're its leader, of course. But in a class full of nobles, commoners, and exchange students, you in particular are special. Surely even you can see that, no?
Well...
That's why I decided to give you first dibs, so to speak. I wanted to get an idea of how things might go from here on out. There's never been a class like yours before, after all. So there you have it. The beans have been spilled all over the place. Ball's in your court now.
Wait, what are you drinking?
Beer, of course. It's the weekend and I'm stuck wasting away in my room, imbibing libations. Alas, all by my lonesome. If only I had a classy gentleman friend who'd go out drinking with me. But woe of woes, such a man is nary to be found.
Are you okay?
Never better. But you, instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along. And on that note, make sure you're back in the dorm by curfew and all transgressions will be forgiven. Toodles!
She seems like a human being.
If I don't plant myself somewhere...
Seems like an early theme of this game that the
She may
teachers
have a
are
few screws loose, but she's got a point.
more than
Maybe I
NPCs.
should just try going with the flow and see what comes of it.
They have lives and do stuff outside of teaching. Which isn't something I've seen too much of in the genre. Granted, I don't chase high school anime on purpose. Overall achievements and character tabs. Hand out notebooks. Story progresses if you turn to read through. Turn around, return to read through. Hey, thanks, Game Saucer. Appreciate
You're super awesome.
Thanks, appreciate that. Learning more about all of the characters. Look like a true music nerd. I know, right? Finally got to start practicing the drums after we bought a house. I was pretty pro renting. One of the main advantages of ownership. Well, let me in your room. That's how you knew, Reen? Not from paying attention? He's the guy who's prejudiced against rich people. There's the rich guy who you think is going to be prejudiced against poor people, but maybe he's not. Usus. There's a bunch of conflict between them that's totally not going to be resolved. Hey, but I'm an RPG protagonist. I volunteer my time for everyone. Yeah, I like that the main character has character in this. I think silent protagonists work great for games like Zelda and Metroid, Shadow of the Colossus. But if you're going to be with a character for 70 hours, there's only so much you can do with prompts. No problem. Gives the room an exotic feel. Haha, will do. And by that I mean absolutely not. Okay, so I think I did all the ones over here, right? I'm 201, I want to say. One's vacant. Alright, 201, 201. What are you up to? I need to know more about you. Did have anything else to do? What? Oh, I'm so sorry, Leon. I had that happen when I was waiting in line to get Mass Effect 3 on launch night. There were a bunch of people like talking about spoilers from reviews, and I'm like, God, shut up. Buying exclusively digital. Don't read that. Alright. Snatch out of my hands. Can't know what her last name is. And it sucks that, like, they're out, too. It'd be one thing if they had it and then spoiled it a bunch. I haven't been to a GameStop in probably since I started streaming. I order everything on Amazon. You're there for the sale, right? Practicing with a wooden sword. Yeah, it's a really good price, no kidding. Wow. Man, God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn for $10 a piece is a steal. These games are Outstanding. Too bad they were sold out. Sarah's room is locked. I think I've got everything. Just have my one student notebook now. Customize equipment in an orbital factory. Okay. I do like the fast save anywhere, that's nice. I haven't looked at Amazon yet. I should probably do some shopping today, just in case there's anything even kind of stream related. I noticed that Oculus is trying to push out the Rift for like $250, but still don't think it's time for VR, and if I was gonna get one, I'd probably get a Vive. Don't like the whole Facebook thing. Or the fact, aren't there a couple of games that are Oculus exclusive? They won't work on Vive? Probably the Blue Yeti, I would guess. I'll check the Twitch subreddit. The C920 webcam tends to go on sale at this time of year. 2x. Plastered to bastard in the blink of an eye. It's pretty well localized. Beat Saber's awesome. Played it at Sailor Dan's house. Big fan. Beat Saber's gonna be one of the like pillars, I think. Needs to get, I would say, at least 3 or 4 more games that I really want to have to justify spending $500, $600 on a headset. The problem with Beat Saber is the developer has put a lot of work into mapping, and fans are almost all terrible at mapping. So if they do custom songs, I hope they come up with a way for people to rate the mapping. Even just the difference between like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Guitar Hero's mapping is garbage compared to Rock Band. Schoolhouse Mystery, President Vandyck. Strange phenomenon occurring in the old schoolhouse. Is it 7 strange things? Finish repairing a bunch of orbital tech here. Drop my student notebook, can't find it anywhere. Okay. Now view quests. Reports progress of all the quests. Extra. Okay. Not undertaken in a timely manner, they mean if not completed before the required quests are completed? I don't think time actually advances on its own in this, right? These are called bonding events. That's so clinical, I love it. Oh, you have a finite amount of points to spend on bonding. Evening exclusive bonus event. Bonding event. Alright, that's interesting. So is time advancing right now, or is it event-based? Okay, cool. Quick travel, that's cool. No event, we've already viewed the event. Event available. That's cool. Sure. Student Union, first floor. The optional events never advance time either. Pretty quick warp. Okay, that's good. I like that you have to make a choice. I don't like that in Persona, if you play perfectly, you can max out your bond with everyone. Your social link. It's walkthrough bait. Good job of warning you when you're about to change the game state. Okay, thank you. Do catch on quick. How did you know that? Everyone knows a lot about this guy. Ooh, fishing. It's like JRPG fishing minigames. I still think Breath of Fire 2 has the best fishing minigame I've ever seen in a game. Fish to your heart's content. Now that that's all explained, it's time to head on. Nice. Optional events never advance time. Okay. Am I ever going to have to choose which event advances time, like Persona? Or this game's version of that is limited bonding points, it sounds like. Doesn't sound like that's an opportunity cost thing like Persona is. Fish. Fish a set number of times. Okay. That's time for Trails of Cold Steel. We'll be back in a few minutes with the next game for Subblock. See you guys soon. Oh, and for future me, you've got side quests to do if you're watching this VOD to figure out what to do next session. So press the back button to look at the quest journal and see what you're doing. Your optional one is the Student Council building, the Academic Gate. Or you could go fishing.